कलत्रं धमं पुत्रपौत्रादि शरीरं स्वरूपं सदा रोगमुक्तम् यशाचारुचित्रं धनं मेरुतुल्यम् मनश्चेलगं गुरुरोरं कृपात्के ततत्किं 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 ततत्किं। जय माता जी,
जय माता जी, जय माता जी।
कलत्रं धमं पुत्रपौत्रादि सर्वं कलत्रं धमं पुत्रपौत्रादि सर्वं गृहं बन्धवा सर्वमत्ताधिजातं मनश्चेलकं गुरुरोरं कृपात्ये ततत्किं 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 ततत्किं।
जय माता जी, जय माता जी, जय माता जी।
षडङ्गाग्रवेदो मुखे शास्त्रविद्या कवित्वादिगाढ्यं सुपाद्यं करोति मनश्चेलकं गुरुरोरं कृपात्के ततत्किं 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 ततत्किं।
श्री माता जी, श्री माता जी, जय माता जी।
विदेशेषु मान्या स्वदेशेषु धान्या सदाचारवृत्तेषु मातो न चान्या मनश्चेलकं गुरुरोरं कृपात्के ततत्किं 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 ततत्किं। जय माता जी,
श्री माता जी, जय माता जी।
क्षमामण्डले भूप भूपालवृन्दे क्षमे मण्डले भूप भूपालवृन्दे सदा सेवितं व्यासपादारविन्दम् मनश्चेलकं गुरुरोरं कृपात्ये ततत्किं 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 ततत्किं।
जय माता जी, श्री माता जी, जय माता जी।
शशीकतं भिक्षुदान प्रतापा जगत्सु सर्वं करेयात् प्रसादा मनश्चेलकं गुरुरोरं कृपात्ये ततत्किं 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 ततः किम्
श्री माता जी, श्री माता जी, जय माता जी।
न भोगे न योगे ववाजे मेधे न भोगे न योगे ववाजी मेधे न कान्ता सुखेनैव वित्तेषु चित्तम् मनश्चेलगं गुरुरोरं कृपाते ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं जय माता जी,
श्री माता जी, जय माता जी।
अरण्ये नवासस्य गेहे न कर्ये न देहे मनोवर्तते मनश्चेलगं गुरुरोरं कृपात्ये ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं ततः किम् जय माता जी,
जय माता जी, जय माता जी।
गुरुरोष्टकं ये पठेत् पुण्यदेही गुरुरोष्टकं ये पठेत् पुण्यदेही यदि भून्पति ब्रह्मचारी च गेही लभेद्वाचितार्थ पदं ब्रह्म संज्ञम् गुरुरुक्तवाक्ये मनुयस्य लग्नम् मनश्चेलगं गुरुरोरं कृपात्ये ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं ततः किम्
जय माता जी, जय माता जी, जय माता जी, जय माता जी, जय माता जी।
Jai Shri Mataji. Welcome to today's workshop. Let us raise Kundalini together and do Bandhan. We will watch the first video with Shri Mataji introducing the Bija mantras.
When the Kundalini rises, it makes sounds, and the sounds that are heard in the different chakras can be pronounced in the following way. These pronunciations are being used in the phonetic language of Devanagari, which means the language spoken by the Devas. At the Muladhara, where there are 4 petals, the sounds are V, Sh, S, S, out of which last Sh and S sounds are very close, but the difference is when the snake hisses, it makes this Sh, the third sound. So V, Sh, Sh, S. At the Swadhisthana, where there are 6 petals, it makes sounds 6 sounds. A, B, M, Y, R, L. Manipur, it has 10 petals. It makes the sounds D, D, Na, Ta, Tha, Da, Dha, Na, Pa, Ha. At Anahata, there are 12 petals. It makes the sounds Ka, Kha, Ga, 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 Cha, Cha, Ja, Jha, Ngya, Ta, Tha. At the Vishuddhi, where there are 16 petals, it makes the sounds of all the vowels. A, I, U, R, L, L, A, I, O, Au, Aha. At the Agya Chakra, it makes Ha, Ksha. At the Sahasrara, one becomes thoughtless. I know sound is made, but the pure anahata, meaning the throbbing in the purest form, as in the heart, is of lap, dap, lap, dap, lap, dap. When all these sounds are sounded together and pass through the spiral of the body, if the body is like a conch, the sound that comes out of the synthesis is oh. Like the 7 colors of the sun ultimately become white rays, or you can say the golden colored rays. There are
So as the Kundalini rises, she makes sounds. And today we invite you to sing some mantras with us. Or if you prefer, you can listen and offer them with your attention. As we sing these sounds and these mantras, we open ourselves up and we become the cup. When we sing with devotion and attention to the divine, then we tap the source and grace flows upon us and the cup is filled. So let us sing the simple bijas for each mantra together.
Yam 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 yam. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum.
In our ascent, we move up the subtle system. And the subtle system is also a representation of a movement through states of consciousness. And there are knots of illusion that form in the auras between the chakras. The goddess is the Vibhidini. She is the one who splits these knots. She guides us upwards and awakens in us higher states.
There are 3 granthis, means the knots. The Brahma Granthi, the Vishnu Granthi, and the Rudra Granthi. with Agni means fire. When Brahma Granthi meets, between the Kundalini, Muladhara, Chakra and the Swadhisthana means Muladhara Chakra, Muladhara and Swadhisthana Chakra. Then Agni Brahma Granthi is established. Vishnu Granthi, when mixes up with the Surya, that is between the Nabhi and the Hriday Chakra, Surya Vishnu Granthi is established. When Vishuddhi and Agya auras meet, then Chandra Rudra Granthi is established.
Brahma Granthi. The first knot is created by our attention, becoming entangled with matter and materialism. It starts from Muladhara, moves up the left channel and creates the superego. By its action, we lose sight of the spirit. To overcome it, we should put our attention on the spirit and not on worldly matters. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Brahma Granthi Vibedini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Vishnu Granthi, the second knot, is the one by which we think that we can do something and achieve something in this world. The more we think and strive and live with our ambitions, the more its action moves up the right side and creates the ego. Human beings cannot break the second knot. Only God can do it. So here we must respect ourselves and surrender ourselves to God. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vishnu Granthi Vibedini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Rudra Granthi, the third and last knot, occurs on the central channel due to the artificiality in seeking. We have to be truthful and honest in our seeking, absolutely on the truth. We are seeking the Spirit, to become one with the Spirit, and all our attention should go on the Spirit and should not be frittered away on nonsensical things. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Rudra Granti Vibedini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
Today we will worship Sri Lalita. In a talk from 1980 in Hindi, Sri Mataji says, "My second name is Lalita. When the vibrations rise, the vibrations which you are feeling on your palms, that is Lalita Shakti. It is full of beauty and love. People have completely distorted the idea of Lalita Shakti. They say that it is the power of destruction, but it is not at all correct. This power is extremely beautiful, creative, and artistic." So Lalita Chakra on the left shoulder ignites the pure desire in us. She is here, the essence of Mahakali, and she gives her energy to Sri Krishna. Traditionally, there are 3 ways to worship Sri Lalita, and one is to read her 1000 names, the Sri Lalita Sahasrara. We did make an introduction and a long reading last year, so we're going to watch just a few minutes of that introduction now. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Lalita Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. The goddess Shri Lalita is the goddess of beauty. She is the joy-giving Sarvananda Maya, gives the joy from everything. In every created world, in every particle, in every form, there is a power which gives us joy. This power of joy is the power of Sri Lalita. She is called as Maha Tripura Sundari. My second name is Lalita. When the vibrations rise, the vibrations which you are feeling on your palms, that is Lalita Shakti. It is full of beauty and love. People have completely distorted the idea of Lalita Shakti. They say that it is a power of destruction, but it is not at all correct. This power is extremely beautiful, creative, and artistic. Her worship is also the easiest, requiring only a sincere devotion and not dependent on rigorous protocols as some other deities are. She creates everything in this universe, and so no aspect of life is repugnant to her. Indeed, it seems that a happy, balanced existence, fulfilling our duties and enjoying the pleasures of normal married life without attachment, is helpful to the attainment of the highest felicitude, which is complete absorption into her blissful nature. She is Paramananda Mayi, whose nature is supreme bliss, so that while all aspects of life are her, they are also illusory, the only reality being her nature as supreme blissful consciousness, Param Chaitanya. She is a married woman, and her desire for unification with her husband, Sri Kameshwara, a name for Sri Sadashiva, the eternal spirit, is reflected in human beings as the Kundalini, the pure desire for unification with Supreme Spirit. She is a mother, and the love she has for us, her children, is to expedite our spiritual evolution. The truth is that we are the spirit, and that our spirit is but a tiny drop of her, the ocean of supreme consciousness within us. She directs us towards this realization. The 1,000 Names is part of the Sri Lalita Mahatmyam, Glory of Sri Lalita, which is found at the end of the later versions of the Brahmanda Purana. It is similar in form to the Devi Mahatmyam in the Markandeya Purana and contains the story of the goddess being invoked by the Devas to help them win back heaven from the demons and the ensuing battle which culminates in the destruction of the demon Bandasura. Within the story are several praises of the goddess, including this 1,000 names, along with some detailed information on the Shri Chakra and other methods of worshipping the goddess. The Sri Lalita was probably written after the Saundarya Lahari, another great poem recommended by Shri Mataji, which expounds Sri Vidya. Sri Vidya is the knowledge and worship of the Supreme Goddess, including the use of the 15-syllabled mantra and the worship of the Sri Chakra. This knowledge is associated with Kanchi in South India, the home of the main monastery founded by Sri Adi Shankaracharya. It seems likely that the Lalita Sahasranama was composed in Kanchi at least 1,000 years ago.
यहाँ था। अरे भाई
I Antastha, who is
हाँ चलो
Maya.
Samaya means time. She is the one who knows the time, when to start puja, when to do what. She knows the timing. Because she's inside the time.
तो पहले सबको 10,000
Maya Chara Para.
This is very important.
This is the translation.
What is it?
They say if she's pleased with Samaya
Samayachar. Samayachar means whatever is to be done.
हाँ ये लो ये 10,000 more
Example, now in modern
5,000 है
हाँ तो कितने 5,000 है
2,000 50,000
2 5,000 है ना तो 2 5,000 में ये कितने हो जाएंगे
10
हाँ तो एक दो ना 10,000 उधर मैं 2 सबको दे दूँ
But apart from that, Samayachar
इसके 15,000 देंगे ये तो 20,000
the time.
सबको 2
कितने कितने देने वैसे
The time
30
auspicious must be like putting the belt. See, while sitting in the car, you must put the belt. Samayachar, whatever it is. See, for maybe it is not necessary. For example, if you give me some money, I need not put it in the bag. I can close all that up and say that I've finished.
Can you make a pause, Ilya? Can you make a pause?
There's no.
Thank you. Somebody needs to mute themselves, please. We can hear somebody's home environment. Thank you. Can you just go back a little bit, Andre, so we can hear what Shrimataji is saying?
I mean, the one.
Om Shri Samaya Chara Tat Para.
This is very important.
This is the translation.
What is it?
They say if she's pleased with Samaya Chara.
Samayachar. Samayachar means whatever is to be done in a particular time. For example, now in modern times, see, a particular that whatever is to be done, auspicious thing for modern times, one should do. For example, learning English is important. But apart from that, Samayachar means mannerism of a particular time. You see, certain mannerism of a particular time which is good, auspicious, must be done. Like putting the belt, you see, while sitting in the car, you must put the belt. Samayachar, whatever it is. You see, for maybe it is not necessary. For example, if you give me some money, I need not put it in the bag. I can use all that up and say that I've finished. There's no sin for me. I can take away all your properties, everything. There's no sin. But I must do according to the time to prove what is good for you, how you should behave towards money, towards collectivity, and accordingly I behave. There is no need for me because I'm beyond it, isn't it? But Samaya, whatever is necessary for according to the time, I have to do. And that's what you should understand. Not to be abnormal people, see, behaving in an abnormal way. Even I tell you that you need not put on this red thing because it may not be Samaya cool at this time. See, people won't understand. So you need not put on. It is wisdom to behave in a way that you look normal, you behave in a normal way, do something that is normal. But God need not. God, it is not necessary because He is beyond. But when you have disciples who have to come up, who have to deal with other people, they must know how to behave. Like to say thank you is not necessary for me, to you at all. If you give me a glass of water, it's a privilege, alright? But I say thank you 10 times because you must also say thank you.
That way you are the teacher of what should be done.
Samaya. Samaya.
Om Shri Mula Dharai Ka Nilaya. Salutations to her who is the only one who lives in the Muladhara.
Nobody can enter it.
Om Shri Brahma Granthi Vibhedanyaya Namah.
Brahma Granthi.
Salutations to her who unravels the Brahma Granthi. Om Shri Manipuranta Ruddita. Salutations to her who appears in the Manipura, within the Navi Chakra.
See, you cannot enter inside the center unless and until your Kundalini rises. And the Kundalini is the representation of Holy Ghost. And she is the only one which can enter it. And also she resides. Devi resides there as Mahalakshmi or as Lakshmi in Manipur.
Rudita also means ascended, she who has ascended in.
Yes, Rudra. Yes.
More than just entered, it was ascended. Om Shri Rudra Granthi Vibhedani. Om Shri Vishnu Granthi Vibhedanyaya Namah. Salutations to her who unravels the knot of Lord Vishnu.
Now see, without coming to Sahajo, you would not understand all these things, isn't it? Because it's not known to you that there are granthis within us, there are centers within us, that these centers are to be broken, then there's granthis are formed between the centers. All this knowledge is impossible. If you are not realized, what's the use of talking about it? Because you cannot see that. But in a person you can see that at a certain point you find it is between two centers, the Kundalini stops. See, there is the center, say, of Manipura and Swadhisthana. In between the two, the Kundalini stops. Now what is that? That is the Granthi of Vishnu. So that's a Vishnu Granthi Vibhedini. If you say the mantra of Vishnu Granthi Vibhedini, then only the Kundalini will rise. But before realization, before the movement of the Kundalini, it is what? It is just talk. It has no sense at all.
Om Shri Ajna Chakrantaralastha. Salutations to her who is within the Ajna Chakra.
Yeah. Ajna Chakra.
Om Shri Rudra
Antaral. Antaral means the innermost core. Antaral. In the innermost core of Agya Chakra she resides.
Om Shri Rudra Granthi Vibhedane. Salutations to her who unties the Rudra Granthi.
Rudra.
Om Shri Sahasrarambu Jarudha.
Sahasrarambuja means in the lotus of the Sahasrara. Varudha. She is bestowed upon that.
Ascended.
Ascent. Varudha. Actually, when you go onto a throne or onto a horse, is what you call
Mounting.
mount. She's mounted upon. She's mounted upon.
Om Shri Sahasrara Varshine. Salutations to her who rains the essence of nectar on people. Who is the rain of nectar. Om Shri Datti Datta Samaruchi. Salutations to her who is dazzling like lightning. Brilliant like that. Om Shri Chakropari Samstitha. Salutations to her who is placed, who is not just placed, but actually is a seat above the 6 chakras. Om Shri Mahashaktiyai Namah. Salutations to her who is the great power, the Mahashakti. Om Shri Kundalinyai Namah. Salutations to her who is the Kundalini. Om Shri Bisat. Om Shri Bisat Tantu Taniyasi. Salutations to her who is, they say, slender as a lotus stalk.
That means you should not be harsh.
Om Shri Bhavani Namah. Salutations to her who is the mistress of everything that has come into being.
Bhavani. Bhava means to manifest. Whatever is manifested.
Om Shri Bhavanagamya. Salutations to her who can be known, gone to by bhavana. Bhavana is...
You must have feelings. If you don't have feelings for me, you won't know me. Rationally, you will not know. Those people who try to know me rationally can never know me. You have to have feelings.
Sri Lalita is the inner part of everything. She is only attained through going within. She is the innermost core of everything, the secret part, the most subtle. So I will sing a few names of Sri Lalita related to this inner worship. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Samayantashta Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Rahu Yaga Kramaradhya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Salutations to her who is found through inner worship. Salutations to her who is worshipped by secret inner ceremonies. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Rahastarpana Tarpita Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Salutations to her who is satisfied by the inner worship with mantras. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Pratyagrupa Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Salutations to her whose nature is known by turning inwards. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Sarvantare Yamini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Salutations to her who is the inner controller of everything. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Antarmukha Samaradhya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Salutations to her who is worshipped by those who turn inwards. The second way, traditionally, to worship her is through the Shri Chakra. And this is the symbol for Sahaja Yoga. On the right shoulder, we have the Shri Chakra. And Shri Lalita works through our right side. Here, she is the essence of Mahasaraswati. Here we can know reality and become pure instruments of the divine. So Sri Mataji says about the Shri Chakra that it is the chakra with which the whole world is created. Everything creative is Shri Chakra. She's the action through which, she's the one through which one acts. Shri Chakra is the right side. So we will sing just a few more names for this. Salutations to her who is dwelling in the Bindu of the Shri Chakra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Bindu Mandala Vasini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Salutations to her who is residing in the most excellent Shri Chakra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Shri Chakra Raja Nilaya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Salutations to her who is consisting of everything. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Sarvamayi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Salutations to her who is the essence of all mystical diagrams. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Sarva Yantratmika Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. The total power and the form of Sri Lalita is represented by the Sri Chakra. The interlocking triangles represent, on the one hand, the union of Shiva and Shakti. They also represent our seeking and surrender upwards and Mother's grace towards us, her children. The Sri Chakra contain the whole totality of our existence. All the chakras in the subtle system are also here represented, like lotuses, from the outside into the center where there is Brahmarandra, the innermost part of the Sahasrara represented by the point or bindu. If we offer flowers or kumkum to the Sri Chakra, we do it from the outside in, representing the destruction of illusion, of creation, to reveal the ultimate reality.
Like first when I went to India, around by such an elderly lady, an Indian lady, they feel a little shy about her. She's the one with full hand up in the air. She was shouting, "Bolo Mataji Nirmala Devi." And Modi looked at him. He couldn't raise his hand. He was a little shy. She went twice and then she lifted his hand and said, "What's the matter with you, tall man? Why God has given you height for what? Raise your hands only." A poor fellow here today. So that's what it is. Have boldness. Have complete confidence in yourself that you are realized souls. That you are prophets. Not to be upset or worried about things, but you are prophets now. Assumption. In Sanskrit it is said Raj. That is, energy is permeate. Viraj. Means enjoy that energy with you. Viraj. Ra is energy. Viraj. Means you enjoy that energy of that throne. Assume it. You are the kings now. Behave it. It is not arrogance at all. A person who is a king is never arrogant if he's a real king. See, if they are borrowed kings, then it's different. But if they are real kings, they can never be arrogant. So with that special type of royal behavior, you will attract. It's not putting up show. It's you are. On the contrary, this is the reservation you are having. For what? You need not dress up like beggars or not like dandies. But your dress should be such that you are a king. Not bothered. And you'll be amazed. It will work. You are the people who have the greatest of mind. Time and company. And also I know your language. I have given more speeches in English than in my own mother tongue or in Hindi. Can you believe it? And so many Indians now who did not much care for English after independence are trying to learn English now, and they are afraid that one day English may replace Sanskrit the way mother knows English. So I have to make a very, very simple request to you, that assume your power, assume. You are no more slaves. You are realized souls now. With this personality, you will really enhance the beauty of surgery. Unless and until there are flowers on the tree has no meaning. And the flowers have to be up. They don't hide. Have you ever seen any flower hiding itself? They covered the whole of the body of the trees and fragrant, assuming their own powers. And the fragrance springs. Everybody knows the flowers are up. All the bees are out. That's how you have to assume your powers. Inside, outside both. Not only inside, outside. And they'll be amazed at your confidence, at your compassion, at your capacities, and the greatest of all, the complete vidya, the complete knowledge of surgery, the complete knowledge of Kundalini, the complete knowledge of divine, which you have. Alright?
The Sri Lalita Sahasranama can also be sung as a poem. Atma Vidya, Mahavidya, Shri Vidya, Kama Sevita, Shri Shodash Akshari Vidya, Trikuta Kama Kotika. You are the self-knowledge, the highest knowledge, the most auspicious knowledge, who is to be worshipped with love. You are the knowledge of the sacred 16-syllable mantra with its 3 groups attained by those with the highest desire. So the third way that Sri Lalita has traditionally been worshipped is through the 16-syllable mantra. This mantra is part of the Lalita Sahasranama, and it has also been described in the Devi Atharva Shirsha and the Saundarya Lahari scriptures recommended by Sri Mataji. So the mantra is in the center, those 4 sections. And the first section invokes the face of the Devi. And in us humans, it represents the beginning of the subtle system. The second line invokes the central part of the body from neck to hips of the Devi. And in us, it represents from the heart, Hamsa, and Agya into the Sahasrara chakra. The third line invokes her lower body down to the holy lotus feet. And this is where we attain reality. So in us, it represents the blissful connection in the Sahasrara and above, where resides her lotus feet. And then the last mantra, Shrim, represents the Supreme Goddess in the heart and the Sahasrara. And in us, it is the Turiya state of pure spirit. So I want to invite you now to sing this mantra with me and see if you can feel the vibrations and the effect of this beautiful mantra. It also shows, of course, the path of our self-realization and the breaking of the 3 granthis within us. So let us sing a few times, and then we can just take a few minutes in silence to absorb the vibrations. Ka ilahrim hasaka halahrim sakalahrim shrim 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 ka ilahrim hasaka halahrim sakalahrim shrim
Today is the day when the Virgin Gauri sat down to worship Shiva. She made a Shivalinga and was sitting and putting her sindoor on that. That you look after this, which is the mark of my union with you. I leave it to you to look after to Shiva. You look after this. I surrender to you. For this, that's how the Gauri, your Kundalini, surrenders to the Spirit. Now you look after this connection. I forget everything else. I leave it into your hands. Lift me up. You raise me up. I forget all that was me before. Everything I have dropped out. No other desire. But just lift me higher and higher. Make me yourself. The rest of it is not important. All other manifestations of these desires are over. Now I am absolutely surrendered to you, my Spirit. Lift me higher and higher. Higher and higher. Away from all the things that were not the Spirit. Make me complete Spirit. Full Spirit. Forget all that was there. That elevation, that ascent becomes a fast, quick trip. A very fast ascent. Just you can do it if you try at this moment and every moment to give up all that was not the Spirit. Anything that goes against the Spirit must be given up, and that is what is the pure desire. That's what it is, the Kundalini is the Virgin. Is to be absolutely one with the Spirit. All the rest has no meaning. Has no value. This ascent, whatever may be your position, to whomsoever you may be married, wherever you are working, whatever is your situation, whatever may be your country, you are the Spirit. And if you are raised aloft, you dwell in the beautiful kingdom of God, where all ugliness drops off. Like when the lotus opens out, all the mud drops out completely. In the same way, let my children become the fragrant, beautiful offerings of Sadashiva. May God bless you.
Manastvam, Vyomastvam, Marudasi, Marutsartir asi, Tvomapas, Tvombumis tvayi, Parinatyayam, Nahi param, Tvameva swatmanam, Pari namayitum, Vishwa vapusha, Chidanandakaram Shiva Yuvati Bhavena Viprushe. You are the mind. You are the ether. You are the air. You are also fire and water and earth. You manifest yourself as the universe. There exists nothing other than you. To transform yourself, who are consciousness and bliss, into the universal body, you deem yourself the young bride of Shiva. In Sahaja Yoga, we have our own 16-syllabled mantras, which is the short version of the Maha Mantra. Again, I would like to invite you to sing this mantra with me. And then we do our longer meditation. And I would like to read a few quotes by Sri Mataji. One is from 1976. Lalita is a name for beauty. Human beings are that beauty. That person who has a sense of gratitude is the most beautiful. And from 1985, Sri Mataji says, bliss can only come through gratitude. Only through enlarging your heart with gratitude. Bliss is the reward of gratitude. The gratitude which is not just worldly or just spoken lip service, but is from the heart, is from the heart. Gratitude of the heart. So let us sing the name of our mother 3 times. The tension in the Sahasrara, and then we do our meditation. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmala Devye Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmala Devye Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmala Devye Namo Namaha. Shri Mataji, today our prayer is very simple. We simply pray for all the people of the Middle East. We pray for the oneness of all people. From a state of thoughtless awareness, may the Sri Lalita Shakti be fully awakened in us. May we become pure instruments. Sri Mataji knows everything. All we need to do is surrender. So with our eyes open, we can offer our pure desire for the oneness of all people. With our pure desire and our detached witnessing, the divine acts in this world.
But today is the day I declare that I am the one who has to save the humanity. I declare I am the one who is Adi Shakti, who is the mother of all the mothers, who is the primordial mother, the Shakti, the desire of God, who has incarnated on this earth to give its meaning to itself, to this creation, to human beings. And I'm sure through my love and patience and my powers, I'm going to achieve it. I was the one who was born again and again. But now in my complete form and complete powers, I have come on this earth not only for salvation of human beings, not only for their emancipation, but for granting them the kingdom of heaven, the joy, the bliss that your Father wants to bestow upon you. These words are to be kept within the bounds of Sahajogis only for the time being. And today is the day of Guru Puja, not my puja, but your puja as gurus. I anoint all of you as gurus, and today I will tell you what I have bestowed upon you and what great powers you already have within you. Among you, there are people who are still not being able to recognize my announcement will work it out within them. The recognition. Without recognition, you cannot see the play. Without play, you cannot have confidence within yourself. Without confidence, you cannot become Guru. Without becoming Guru, you cannot help others. And without helping others, you are not going to be in any way happy. So, to break the chain, is very easy, but to build the chain one after another is what you have to do. This is what you were all wanting to be. So be confident and be joyous and be happy that all my powers will protect you. My love will nourish you. And my nature will fill you with peace and joy. May God bless you.
शिवे सर्वाद साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते ब्रह्मरूपे सदानन्दे परमानन्द स्वरूपिणी रिद्धिसिद्धि हृदे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते शरणागत 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 दीनानाथ परित्राण परायणे सर्वसिद्धि Namostute. Namostute. Namostute.
Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. This is the end of our workshop. Let's raise our Kundalini and do Bandhan.
Ah
Bye.